So, if you have the gift of knowing, like you said, how can you prove it to people or tell them how you know?
That's the worst question you could ask. Knowing, when I was a child, when I was knowing, there were a lot of places, simple things that had not that much to do with spiritual things, but simple things that people said I couldn't know. There was no way that I could know it because nobody had told it to me. They knew they had it in a very little group, they had talked about it, and nobody had told it to anybody. There was no way that I could know it, but I knew it. And then I got accused of, hey, you're lying. I said, is it a lie? No, it's 100% truth. Okay, well, if it is 100% true, how can it be a lie? Well, there's no way that you can have it. They didn't acknowledge prophecy. They didn't acknowledge that there's no secrets in the spiritual realm. So because that, there is no way to prove it. I had no way to prove that to them. The only thing I could tell them is, you're fighting the Holy Spirit. You're fighting what God is doing that no person can explain. This is happening, can happen in a lot of different ways. But that has happened to me a lot in the younger ages. I still experience it, but I don't feel like I am that much in it. I'm not practicing it at the level that I did in the younger ages. I don't know if it answers anything.
That's pretty good, yeah. I heard it, one person explaining or comparing it to the five senses, like tasting, smelling, hearing, seeing, and what's that? Touch.
Touch,
Yeah, touching.
feeling.
This one was the sixth sense. So I have
The same five that you're explaining, the same five we have in the spirit realm.
I sometimes have that I know something, and it feels like I always have to fight to explain it. I can't explain how. I know it, but I know it, and it turns out to be true. It happens the way I.
Biggest problem I have made in that case is I tried to explain it and made myself a liar because I tried to explain what I didn't even know. Just explain what you know, but you don't need to explain why you know it. Sorry?
By the Spirit, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, by the Spirit, you know. That's what was said there. Another question, if you understand tongues, and people who make speaking in tongues to nothing, or that don't believe in speaking in tongues, who are they running down, me or God or the Holy Spirit?
I think that is a point where we really need to watch out what we're doing, because if it is the Holy Spirit, if you don't know what it is and you think it cannot happen, you are speaking against it, just ask the question, what if it was the Holy Spirit? You're running down on the Holy Spirit. You could get to the point where the Holy Spirit will stop talking to you. And then, what is happening then? I think then the doors are closed. I don't know how you ever want to go to Jesus without the Holy Spirit calling to you. With this, what you're saying about explaining what tongues is, it is because people don't acknowledge that the Holy Spirit is there. If the Holy Spirit cannot talk to you, then you won't speak in tongues. And a lot less you will start to explain what tongues are, because the Holy Spirit is not revealing it to you. If you knew what it was, how it sounds like when the Holy Spirit talks to you, what you talked about the other day a bit, I loved your explanation. That helps a lot to open yourself to this. Everybody, I find like everybody that has the explains that he has been born again, has some kind of an experience. A lot of people that say they are born again have never had that experience with the Holy Spirit. But if you're really born again, you have had an experience with the Holy Spirit. Don't stop it there. I feel like that's the biggest issue in a lot of groups, that's where they want to stop it. Keep listening. Don't put any laws on top of it. Don't put any church laws on top of it. Let that flow. The same thing, many people ask me, why is it so difficult to find all these things? Well, I just want to explain how I experience this. This is all just hearing the Holy Spirit. When you speak in tongues, it's hearing the Holy Spirit. And you're expressing what you hear. It might not go through your mind. It might just go straight from your heart to your tongue. But it is hearing from the Holy Spirit. Explaining what the Holy Spirit says, what the tongues is hearing from the Holy Spirit. If you say you have ever heard the Holy Spirit tell to you that you are a sinner and you need to come to Jesus, then you have already tasted a little bit of what it is speaking in tongues and explaining tongues, prophesying, seeing visions, and we could go on and on.
I have had a few times when I heard somebody praying in tongues. There was this one time, it was right here. It's about 2.5 years or 3 years ago. I didn't actually believe in, and that was actually something I thought it was just a, I don't know, dumb plappering or whatever. But then here were people praying in tongues, and I heard very clearly in Spanish what they were saying. And I listened again, and it was not Spanish what they were speaking there.
Mm-hmm.
And that made so much sense to me. Like, oh, my hair stood up. I understood what he was saying there. And there was another time later. The language, what I was hearing, Quechua, of all languages, a native language to Bolivia. The few words that I know of that language, there was a completely English person speaking in tongues, praying, and I heard a full sentence in that language.
Wow.
I told him what I had heard, and he was so excited, running around, jumping, and all kinds of stuff.
Wow.
That proved to me that is real, speaking in tongues.
If we search, we find.
Yeah.
We sometimes need to search for it.
And I don't always understand or would be able to explain what was said, but sometimes I do.
That happens to me, the same thing. I don't always understand it, and I have a question sometimes. Why don't I do it? Is it fake tongues? Or is it because God says, no, this is not for you to understand? I don't know.